Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome to Techtonica. We are continuing the playthrough and things are looking strong. Our ore is coming out, we've added some more miners, changed the belts, we have faster belts now. Let's pop around the corner. Yeah, that's all looking good. I've done the same on the copper side. So that looks pretty strong. I've got 6 on the copper side. I've only got 5 on the iron side. I should probably get another one, but that's fine. Because everything is running well. And we have our 2 lines of ingots coming through. Our farming's doing okay. Nothing is really balanced, but from time to time I do need to come in here and clear out because they do get a bit choked up. Because I'm not really using enough Kindle Vine at the moment. So I just go and drop it in the storage box. Anyway, on to what we're doing today. So we need to do an upgrade, and I believe that we have enough processors now, which means we have enough of everything, because I did go and find another Atlantum little deposit. So we have enough. Oh, good. So we can do the terminal upgrade. You can see I've started planning for the next level, which will be a processor factory. I do need a processor factory because the processors are really going slowly and we need quite a lot of them for various items. But anyway, we're going to expand, so let's get stuck in. Before we do that, as you can see, another tower full. I do have a bit of research on me. But there's a little cave back here that we haven't really been into, and there are no tunnels. If you have a look at the mini-map, there's nothing leaving here. So we have a limestone deposit, and there's a copper deposit over here, and oh look, there's some stuff. So let's have a look.
This looks like a standard field setup for drilling a new shaft, but there are 2 problems with it. The first problem is that we're at the end of the line. The only thing below here is the core, and this shaft doesn't look like it was cut large enough for freight anyways. The second problem is that nobody asked me first. That's a much bigger problem. If whatever they were up to here was bad enough that they thought I would report it, it must have been very wrong or very dangerous. Or both.
Identified. See no material containers. No contents detected.
Okay, so that's this little area. And according to the map, there's a little green dot. And if we go in, oh, it is way down at the bottom of that shaft. And there's nothing close to it. I'm not going to do that now. That's a bit of a dig. Although I think I do have some explosives on me, but no. We've got better things to do. Alright, so we're heading back over to the Victor terminal, and we can load up. I've already got, oh, I got so much. What am I missing? Oh, right. And upgrade. Okay, so we're going to need to start on blue core production at some point. We're also going to need to get some more processors built. So that's pretty critical because we need another 500 for this. And we need processors for all the blue cubes. So our processor production at the moment pretty much sucks. So yeah, we'll get to that. But we did get suit speed 3, which I'm going to get right now. Nothing wrong with going faster. All right, let's see what else is new. Atlantum processing. Okay, we can't really do anything with this as yet because we don't have the miners Mark II. But I'm pretty sure they'll guide us in the right direction soon enough. Alright, let's start with science. What have we got? Omni Seeker. Okay, this helps you find things. This is blocked because we don't have core clustering because we need 1 more blue core, I think. Energy. Yes, Power Amp 2. I think I'm going to get that now. Yeah. Alright, we are dropping, but I've got some in a container somewhere. We could get high voltage cable as well. That's also purple cubes, purple cores. So maybe, well, we'll come back to that. Rail runner, no, we can't get that. We've got pack size. Well, we could do this as well. But this is your personal pack size, which I suppose is not a bad thing. Oh, one thing I will show you relates to the tool belt. So we'll get pack size. Synthesis, nothing we can do here yet. And there's mining drill Mark II, which we can't get as yet. But we need to get mining speed 3 in order to get that. So we will get to that very shortly, I'm sure. Okay, what I wanted to show you regarding the toolbar. First of all, if you go into your storage, you get more from... So pack size 2 increases your storage, allowing you to have 16 more slots before you become encumbranced. In other words, very slow. So in terms of the taskbar or the toolbar upgrades, so if you have a look at your toolbar at the bottom, you press, it's got numbers 1 and 2 at the moment, and I explained this in the last episode, but it's now gone further. 1 and 2, you can switch around by selecting the one you want in your main bar. So right now 1 and 2, but we've also got 3. So if you press Control and 3, there's another toolbar available. So yeah, that's what you get from the upgrades. So we could put that in, switch them around, go back to 2, have 1 as your main one. So yeah, that's how that works. So just press Control and the numbers. And there's another upgrade, so most likely you can have full toolbars, which is quite handy because there's a lot of stuff to manage. Anywho, having a look at your tasks and tips, there's that one with the 300 processor units and the 800 advanced circuits, which we're not likely to really ever do until maybe right at the end if we really want to. So I don't want to see that all the time, so I'm going to take that off. So by pressing J, scrolling to the top, and that's the HA. This one over here, I'm just going to switch it off, and now it's not shown anymore, which means that we can see what other ones we had. Okay, so we can see that we need to unlock RD. We need 80 Atlantum ore and 10 cooling systems. And I think I do have the Atlantum ore. Just need to pick up some cooling systems because I only got 9. And then we can head down that way. All right, with this one, let me try and remember exactly where to go. Okay, so when you come out of your cave, you're going to want to maintain your westward movement. Yeah, I got a little dent on the western side of the cave, and yeah, it's kind of in a straight line. What we will need to do here is just bore through. And I think because I've come up now, this is relatively pretty much at the same level. So if we have a look at the map, yeah, we might be slightly high, but that's fine. All right, cool. Okay, so we've come into this new cave. Lots of the Shiverthorn plants. So if we need to collect more seeds, this is where we can find some. All right, and we can continue through. Found some more machines to scan. All right, so this looks like a fairly short distance. And there we go. Just flatten things out a little over here. Now you could use your flatten tool just to create a path so that you can find yourself. Okay, so we're going to want to go this way. But for now, in this area, I believe there is something down at the end of this tunnel, which is pretty difficult to find. There it is. And we can scan it. And that gives us cool dense 5. Okay, so that's the density of our coolant. Right, let's get to RD. And we come out in this area. Ooh. Okay, so if you get vertigo, not a good place for you. Okay, so we can't get through that door. But we're told that we need to jump. Now, normally at this point I jump down here because I already have stuff for the door. But I'm going to follow their instructions and... Oh, we're going for a jump. Inspect that. That's some nice stuff right there. 2 water wheels and some blue cores. Okay, and then hey, take the big plunge. Alright, so we're going to look around and go, oh, poop. But if we look carefully, there's an opening. And we're going to get a long speech on our way up. So I'm just going to follow the road. There's a couple of places to break through. Like here. And we can just carry on following the lights all the way up to the top. And we get up to a river. And we can just walk through the river around this big rock, and we will get to RD. And there is a staircase around that side. Load in our ore, load in our cooling systems, repair the door. Okay, so this is R&D, and we will find some good stuff to scan in here, like Smelter Mark II. Which is now available to research, and Miner Mark II. Did I say that was Smelter Mark II? Yeah, maybe I did. I can't remember. And then there's this purple stone.
Looks like maybe they were trying to cook up new alloys in here. This whole place is above my pay grade.
I remember the lead metallurgist, Mirage. She was untrusting.
I've never seen these kinds of gemstones anywhere in the sector, and I've been to every corner of it.
The last time I was here, they were studying Gaian ore, synaptite, Atlantum, materials that were not of our world, but not classified.
Couldn't classify those if you wanted to. Atlantum is everywhere around here.
If they stopped performing research on local materials to import and study something completely unknown, there must have been a reason.
If there was, we won't find it. Somebody wiped every terminal in here.
Facility access door unavailable. Refer to display panel for self-repair requirements.
Okay, so we need 220 advanced circuits. Oh, what a pain. We've got 200. And then cooling systems. So the cooling systems aren't a problem. We'll just continue exploring. So we found a couple of, we found a case, we found a hard drive that we scanned. If there's anything on the roof.
This dish must have been for some kind of experimental communication technology. As you can see, it's currently being pointed at a few hundred miles of rock.
Okay, more hard drives. Craft speed 3. Yeah, in this game you have to kind of check every corner. And another. Pack size 3 unlocked. Okay, I think we've cleaned out what we can for now. We do need 20 more advanced circuits in order to open the last door. So we'll have to get there at some point.
If you've ever thought I was overstating how useful the mole is, consider this. You are standing at the bottom of 2 waterfalls with no way out.
Well, not no way. I brought some stairs with. But yes, okay. You want me to use the mole? So I'll use the mole. Just to make sure we don't go into the river. So let's do it this way. Okay, so we're up at the top of one waterfall. Bonus. And there's a green dot on the mini-map, so where is that exactly? That's below us. I do wonder if that's going to be worth it. I might as well. Okay, I've got the tunnel to come up the waterfall, so this looks like it's at the other waterfall. So what I'll do, drop down. Now it's slightly above us, which is fine. And it should be very close. Ah, there it is. Alright, 25 processor units. Ooh, stack inserters. Our first look at stack inserters. So that's pretty nice. And I am full up and I don't want to walk slowly. So I'm going to I'm going to lose. In fact, I've got so much limestone. I'm just going to leave that in this box. And the plant matter as well. Go back to our tunnel. As you can see, I went a little far, but we're up here. And we follow the river up. Okay, so for everyone who wants to know, there's a case in here, but it's got like 300 shiverthorn stems. Not something that I would be interested in at the moment, but if you need it, yeah, feel free to dig through there. Alright, we need to get out of here, and I think you could probably climb this. There we go. Without having to build anything, I managed to climb the wall. But we can choose to. And, well, we've come out at the top of that waterfall, and we're in this area. And there's this very large structure. Okay. Let's go and explore. Oh. That's nice. Okay. There will be things to scan in there. Oh, and look at all that good stuff. There's so much stuff inside to scan. Ooh, nearly missed that. Little hard drive, and that gives us M-Track Reach 3, so that'll be the Monorail Track Reach. Alright, so I'm going to break it to you. There is no way in here right now. So now we pretty much just have to travel southeast back to our base. Ooh, don't want to go that way. And on the way... Now, that's our little power plant that we found. There is another building here, and I can't remember what is needed to get into it. Okay, this is the one that needs monorail tracks and cooling systems, so we will bear that one in mind. Because I think we can unlock monorail tracks pretty soon. We did get some blue cores out of a box. And on the way back, there's something to scan, and this is... I think that was a beacon, but I'd already scanned one, so there's another one there. Okay, I'm just going to throw the processors and the cooling systems and cores I had on me into this machine, and we'll get some more blue cores. But we did get a few, so let's see what we can, if we can unlock anything. Definitely mining speed 2, we don't have enough. Oh, hang on. Did I not get blue cores? I've got 33. Oh, I need to put them into something. So we need to move this core composer, and I'm thinking probably that way. Before we do that, how many cores do we have? Okay, we can take those out and remove that, and then pop our core composer in. I think that is, give it a little space. Yeah, that's about right. And then we can move our little input box and just throw in what we've got. Not sure if yeah, I'll just throw those in as well. That's fine. Right, I've started building a little tower of, it's a mix of blue and purple cubes. So we'll let that go. In the meantime, there are a couple of things we can research. So under energy, there's high voltage cables, which are 70 purple cubes. We can do that. And then there's 120 purple cubes required for craft speed 2. So we can get that out of the way. I think that pretty much finishes off the purple cubes. Maybe there's one or two in here that I've missed. But what I would like to do is speed up my assembly. And I have 33 cubes that I picked up around the world. So I'm going to use those. And that will increase the speed of all of our assemblers by 150%. That should mean that all of our assemblers now are going to go a fair bit faster. So we'll just have to keep an eye on the ingot line. Make sure that that's keeping up. Now, as you can see, I built a platform. This platform is going to be purely for making processor units, which means that I'm going to need to bring up, and this is also going to cause maybe a little bit of a problem, I'm going to bring up iron and copper, and there are a couple of other things on this side that I'm going to need to bring up as well, including these plant matter fibers. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do here is put down 2, and these are going to be set to processors. Alright, then another one over here, making plant matter frames. And the plant matter frames will be taken out on a fast belt and fit into both machines. That means I need an input for the plant matter frames, which will come from here. Okay, so there's no real way to get them right now because we want the plant matter fiber to be brought up. But we'll sort that out. Okay, so there's the plant matter frames. The other input required for the processors is electrical components. So we just need one. Yeah, I could have done this much further back actually. Actually, I'd like to leave a gap between these two so we can feed the electrical components through the middle. Extend that belt and I'll just pop this over the top. It doesn't need that many inputs. This is getting 2, this will get 3 because we need more electrical components than plant fiber frames. So, plant matter frames, yeah. Which means that I can put this one right in here.
Assemblers humming now, Breaker, but you'll need a lot more to keep up with where our tech is heading. Keep building.
And this will be the electrical components. And that needs copper wire. So, another assembler. But it needs more copper wire than ingots, so the ingots will come in on a second belt. This is supposed to be copper wire. And the copper wire will feed this way. And then iron ingots will be right over here. Which means we need one more input belt to bring copper up to over here. That means just for neatness, what I'll do is, yeah, I'm going to remove this one. Take out those belts. Put this over in line. Have the output. Okay, the input's going to come through this way. It does take quite a bit, and then the output can just come through there and feed both of these machines. And that's plant matter frames. Alright, so I have to bring 3 items up, and those 3 items are firstly the plant matter fiber, which is in this case, and then I'll do splits off the belts somewhere down here for the iron and the copper. Now there may be a couple more things that we're going to do up here and may require more smelters and more miners. That's fine, we've got that covered. What I would like to do though, I did mention in the last episode I was going to show you a bit about belts. So we need to bring up, let's see, which way around is it? Iron is on this side. Okay, so we're going to need 2 belts. I'll just give them a bit of separation. And the way to bring things up that kind of looks neat, if you build a belt on a straight line and you try and ramp it up, if there's nothing in the way, so for example a floor cube or another belt, the belts will go over these, no problem, but they'll always return back to ground level. Okay. However, if you build from the top of something, it will always build back down to the closest ground level. So we can then bring this down. Let's see how tight we can make it. And then join up to that. Like that way. Come down 1. Join up to that. And it doesn't make the curve because I'm not doing it in a continuous line. So I think maybe I'll come down a little bit more than that. Okay, so we got that in the right direction. It's feeding down. And we can bring it down by, it is very fiddly. Bring it down by 2. And then the third one, we want to rotate this way. Come down by 2 again. Then rotate the third one that way. Now I'm going to land myself in a little bit of a quandary here. Yeah, well, that kind of works out, so that's fine. So we'll go up to that point. And then we're going to do the same with this belt. Third one, rotate. Third one, rotate. And then we're going to bring that to there. Alright, well, that kind of works out okay. So this it's not the neatest or tightest. I could probably have gone shorter. Actually, I don't like it at all. I'm going to go shorter. Another thing to take note of, even if you're going off the edge, it will automatically take one belt straight out. So if you want to avoid that, you can just do this. Try that again, shall we? Rotate that. Rotate that. Rotate that. Rotate. Rotate. And I suppose we could do a little tighter corner, but no. We'll rotate that and boom. So that is our iron input line, and this is a fairly neat little spiral up. Yeah, I think the copper's going to be a little more challenging, but we'll sort that out when we get there. So let's bring that one down. These are not going to match up, or are they? Yeah, they are. Oh, nice. Okay, in the end, they didn't match up perfectly at the bottom, but hey, you know what? That's a nice little spiral belt. And then this one here needs to tie in to the copper belt, which I missed an opportunity. I could have done it right here, and I may still do that. And then this one needs to be into the copper belt. I hope I got that the right way around. Oh no, I put the copper belt the wrong way around. Okay, I'll have to do it again. Okay, I think I might have got that right. At the end, I just twisted a little bit more. Okay, so after a little bit of fiddling, I managed to get everything. I can delete this stuff, but I managed to get everything up to the top. Well, the iron and copper. Still need to work on the plant matter fiber, which is a bit of a different story. Because the space here is not so good. Although, no, I think I can work with this. Okay, so that's much neater. Yeah, I actually quite like that design. So basically that's coming down one, rotate, rotate, come down one, rotate, rotate. So yeah, that's quite a neat little setup. So we've basically got everything coming up here that we need. I did bring this over a little bit more than I wanted to, but it did tie in very nicely at the bottom. So, I'm going to have to upgrade a few belts because plant matter frames use 6 of these. I'm not sure that the Mark 1 belts over here are going to do the trick. But we can work it out. I'm pretty sure I have a lot in the box anyway. Rotate that. Plug the iron in. Alright, so that's all the ingots up for now. That means we can start plugging inserters in. Alright, so I'm going to use fast inserters. And we'll put 2 because this one needs 8. Oh, no, it only needs 1 copper ingot to make 8. Why waste? Okay, which means that we can also remove that. Next one, we need a... now, I don't think a fast inserter is going to make any difference here. Because 1 iron and 3 coppers. So we'll put a fast inserter in for the copper. For the copper wire, I mean. Which means that we need a fast inserter for the copper wire out. And then a long inserter for the iron in. Now, of course, I got it the wrong way around. Okay. Now, that should be making us the electrical components. Oh, this is producing quite slowly. What's going on? How's my power? Oh, my goodness. Why am I not connected? What's going on here? Ah, I moved the stairs. Okay. this is the problem. I'm not getting all that power from the other side. So let's fix that quickly. Wow. And there we go. Power is restored. Good grief. That could have been a disaster. Alright. So this is making copper wire at a rate. This is doing what it needs to do quite well. Okay, now we need to put these out. Fast inserter. Maybe I'll use 2. Probably not necessary, but I'm going to anyway. Here we're going to use 4. And then the output will be 2. Why is this... Oh, I didn't connect it properly. That's better. Alright, so that is now connected. This will come up. This is bringing that out. That's bringing that out. Now I just have to feed it into the last 2 machines. And fast inserters will do the trick. How many do I have? I've only got 2 left. I think I've been building some. Let's go and have a look in the box. Yes, we've got plenty. Feed that in. Feed that in. Feed that in and feed that in. And that should sort us out. Yeah, although that only makes 2. I feel almost like we should have a second plant matter fiber. Alright, well let's put a container down and we can store this stuff. Let's analyze this and see where the shortfalls are. Oh, this is a bit of a bug. You can't... You have to be on the ground. When you're flying on a second level, you have to kind of be on the ground to do the inspect. Alright. Let's see. And we need it for... Okay. The electrical components are not a problem. Looks like the plant matter frames are also not a problem. Yeah, they may be a little bit of a problem. Anyway, this is faster than we've been producing, which is great. Now that means that I can automate some of the stuff I need for processors down here, and this will be a completely separate processor setup for very important stuff, which is to come. Okay, so before we can progress, we do need to get the mining drill Mark II. And in order to get that, we need to first get this mining speed 3. So let's go and see how our... oh, yeah, it's on this side. Do I have any cores? Oh, I do. I've got 140 of them. That should do quite nicely. I'll come and top that machine up shortly. Now, I did mention that I upgraded some belts. I upgraded the input belts from the miners to the smelters. I'm thinking maybe I should do the output belts, but I'm not going to bore you with that. I'll do that between episodes. We don't need to change the belts on the fuel because there's... yeah, the belts are fast enough. They don't use a lot. I feel like I need to change these after seeing how good that one looks. Anyway, we do have enough cores now to get drill speed 3, and we have enough to get miner Mark II. So let's see what we need to get the miner Mark II. We need Atlantum ingots. We need 10 Atlantum ingots to make one. We need 2 accumulators and 2 mining drills. Okay, accumulators are becoming a major thing, so we're going to need to get those automated. Right, Atlantum ingots is now our next big problem. We need them to make the miner to actually mine the Atlantum ore, and the next terminal upgrade needs 1,400 Atlantum ingots. So yeah, that's becoming the big problem. I think I'm going to create a processing area for Atlantum down here, and we will see how we can figure out how to get a miner made with the ore that we've got on hand without having a miner. Yeah. So we're going to start with, let's see, where are we? We're going to start with 2 threshers. I might need to create a little more space. Okay, that's a little better, because what I want to do is I eventually want to have a monorail bringing that ore in here. So there will be a monorail with a storage box, and then now we can put 2 threshers over here. There and there. I think it was 2 threshers the last time I checked. Okay, now these threshers will take in the Atlantum ore, and they will put out Atlantum powder and limestone, I think. So we may have to shut down one of our limestone mines. Convenient, we can just dump it into our line over here. But it does make quite a lot, so yeah, we're going to have to see how we deal with that. Then we need an assembler. The assembler is going to take in the Atlantum powder, and it's going to put out the Atlantum mixture. But let's just see what else it needs. It needs Kindle vine extract, which is right over there, and it needs the cooling stuff as well. The shiverthorn extract, which is right over here. Very convenient. And the ratios are not too bad. Mostly Kindle vine extract. So let's do a test, and we'll just put 1 ore in, and it gives out 1 powder and 2 limestone. Okay, then let's take this stuff out of here and then head over to here. And I think I need to go and pick up some cooling stuff, which is here. And if we put in Kindle vine extract, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 shiverthorn, and we actually need 3 Atlantum powder, so I'll go and make those. Drop that in there, and what does it give us? It gives us 2 Atlantum mixture. Okay, so the 2 Atlantum mixture will then need to go into smelters. And on this ratio, I think I'm probably going to need 6 smelters. So let me put some thought into how I'm going to lay this out. Bearing in mind I've got to bring stuff over from that side. And then we'll take it from there. There it is. And we have a box here that will hold the Atlantum ore. And then we have 2 threshers. They will take in the Atlantum ore. They'll put out Atlantum powder on one side and limestone on the other with filter inserters. And the limestone will go back into the limestone line, which I did a little bit of upgrading. I've split the line off for the fuel to go into the smelters, but before we get there, the Atlantum powder goes into an assembler with some shiverthorn extract and some Kindle vine extract, and that puts out Atlantum powder. That puts out Atlantum mixture, which then goes out of this and splits 3 smelters on either side, and those smelters then produce the Atlantum ingots, which will then go into this box for now. So let's throw some ore in here and see how it works. Alright, so far so good. Alright, there goes the limestone. There goes the Atlantum powder. Yeah, we're gonna need faster output over here somehow. Anyway, the Atlantum powder is going into the smelters. Sorry, the Atlantum mixture seems to be producing fast enough. I'm sure that once I ramp up production a little bit more, they'll actually get down the line. And there's our first Atlantum ingots. Excellent. Alright, so this seems to be working. I have no idea about the ratios, but I'll keep checking it out and see if it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Obviously, you know, machines will get faster, so this will eventually work a little bit better. Okay, right now this limestone line is clearing. We are using a lot of limestone in the, but perhaps I'm going to stop these 2. I'm just going to put a stop to this miner just for safety's sake. Yeah, and I'll just keep an eye on it. Okay, it seems our bottleneck is the shiverthorn. I can put another inserter over here, but we're not actually getting enough. And why is that? Because we're getting overflow, and we don't really need 2 going in here. So that'll allow more through, and I think I'll just pick up the speed from here. In fact, I need to pick up the speed of this entire line. Another thing to note is these are actually belt specific. So you can see it's coming through very slowly. So I'm going to delete that. And to remake it, I'm just going to put it in a Mark II belt in the right direction. Oh no, and it's gone all the way through. Honestly, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Okay, and I'll just replace this line over here. Alright, now you can see that they're coming through much faster. So that's good. See, okay, it's starting to back up here, so we don't have that bottleneck anymore. That's excellent. That should mean that fairly soon these should all start operating. It does put it out pretty slowly though. Yeah, I may actually have been fine with 4, but they do take quite a long time to process, so yeah. I'll keep an eye on it. Maybe these last 2 smelters are not needed. Or maybe they are. Here we go. Okay, good. So production's happening. We have 33. I'm going to grab those. And what else did we need? Now, I'm not one to handcraft very much if I can avoid it. So I do have my little cluster of assemblers here that I throw things into from time to time. Things that I don't want to handcraft, but I need. So like the accumulators, I do have a few in there. You're going to need a lot of accumulators. Trust me, you just keep building them, go for it. And I have some blue cores. We'll grab those and slap them into the machines. But I think, what was I making here? Smelters. I think I'm going to make, let's see if we can change it to the Mark II miner. There it is. Okay, I have a few accumulators on me. I'm not going to need a lot of these Mark II miners just yet. So maybe I'll just make 3. And just pop all of that in there, and then we need miners. Alright, now that will start making our mining drills Mark II. We only really need 1 for what we're doing, but for this to actually work for us properly, once we've got that miner, we need to unlock monorails. And the monorail needs 100 blues. So we'll see if we can get there and get that monorail system sorted out. Super, we got 100 blue cores, so let's activate the monorail system.
Monorail transit system construction.
Let's see what we need for the monorail port. The monorail depot. Okay, we need accumulators again, but a lot of them. Cooling systems and iron frames. We are also going to need tracks and monorail poles, so we may as well look at those as well. For the monorail poles, we need plant matter frames and iron components, and for the tracks, we need plant matter frames and copper wire and iron ingots. Yeah, so we'll get a few of those done. Alright, let's see if we have everything that we need. Firstly, we have 4 monorail stations, 24 posts, monorail poles, and 133 monorail tracks. Sweet. Let's go and automate the Atlantum at last. Okay, so you've sort of got a closed side with a vent on it, and then you've got an open side. And the open side needs to kind of face in the direction that you want to go. Okay, you don't have to put up the poles individually, so if you put up the tracks, the poles are automatically used out of your inventory. I want to try and do this a little bit neatly. So let's grab our tracks, and you can see the blue appears on the monorail. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to rotate this. Okay, that goes there. Now it's a little difficult to see without getting some distance away from it. And that's going to be a bit tough. And you can't reach out. So let me go over here and try and make this look somewhat respectable. That's fun. And then we can just keep extending. And you can also make tall poles. We don't need that right now. Click that over there. And we want to keep heading in that direction. As you can see, you can stretch them out pretty far. I think that is the limit. right there. So quite a long stretch between tracks. And then I'm going to rotate that. I don't know if I've got this roof good enough, but high enough. Okay, we'll stop there because we can connect our monorail port. Right, so I'm gonna have to put some more floors around, neaten this place up a bit. It's a bit of a mess, but that's fine. And I did plan on making a room to do processing here and then change my mind. But while I was doing that, I found more Atlantum. That's why I had a fair bit of Atlantum ore on me. Alright, monorail port. Okay, so the monorail depot goes there. Nice. And we have our Mark II miners on us. Did I pick them up? Damn, I can't believe I didn't pick them up. Alright, I'll head back and go and fetch them. Pop in a few extra floors. Then we will grab our miner, our Mark II miner. And I think we'll just stick it in from this side. Okay, I'm going to need a bit more flooring here if I can fit it in. Mark II miner in. Now, Mark II miner works on electricity, so you don't need to bring fuel to it. Fantastic. Belton, inserters. Yeah, well, we'll eventually maybe have more than one miner, but one miner will be sufficient for now. What the heck, we'll put in another one. Add the belt. Now I'm going to need to have better outputs over here. I've got enough space. I'm going to bring this one off and into there. And then we're going to bring these back into there. Okay, so that'll create a storage buffer while this is away. And what I've got to do is then just connect this to the box on the other side, and we've got a whole heap of Atlantum ore. Alright. It would help if I connected the monorail, right? Okay, that goes to there. And now our monorail is set up. And the first little bunch of things are getting filled up. They go up and then pew, super fast. While we're here, there's a technology, is a transportation. Yeah, I need 90 blue cores. If I get the 90 blue cores, then I can actually ride the monorail, which is quite fun. But in the meantime, we've got lots of Atlantum ore heading back to our base at a high rate of knots. Output. Oh, I'm out. Alright, well that should be okay. I'll go and get more shortly. And that's it. Our Atlantum ore, our Atlantum ingots is now completely automated. And I think with that, we will bring this episode to a close. If you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Let me know what your thoughts are on the game, on my little Atlantum ingot setup. It's not ideal, but at this stage in this game, it's very difficult to balance anything, so I kind of just go by feel. So thank you for joining me, and until next time, cheers.